Welcome back to Crime Watch. Crime and policing, that's our focus this evening. And the big question is, are we making progress? Well, the National Police Commissioner, General Khehla Sitole, joins us. General, great seeing you again. I see you in the task force uniform tonight, in a fighting mood, General.
Yes, on a combat mode.
Combat mode?
Yes.
I'm told that only you as the Commander-in-Chief of the police can wear this particular outfit.
Yes, and those who are trained in this particular subject.
General, 17 months later, you were appointed as National Commissioner of Police. Are you coping?
Yeah, let me start by saying yes, I am actually coping very well. And I'm also enjoying watching our members in action, driving the criminals backward. There has been quite a lot of crime, starting with the heists, the killings in KZN, the gangs, and all those particular crimes our members were in action, stabilizing them. And Gauteng has been quite a busy province, and I see action every day there. So up to this far, let me say I'm coping.
But General, it's not stopping. Today alone, Newtown, 2 people shot dead. Berea, 1 person shot dead. Beckersdal is burning. This evening, reports of foreign-owned shops being looted. We saw what happened in Alex. We saw today 2 people being killed in the Val Triangle. It never stops, General. When will it ever stop?
Okay, let me explain it in this way. There's 2 approaches in terms of the turnaround vision that we follow. The one is the stabilization of crime, and the second one is the normalization. When you adopt the stabilization approach, you make sure that you adopt a high-density approach in making sure that such a crime is no longer problematic. But then remember, when you come to normalization, there's root causes that led to that particular crime, and there's also modus operandi. One of the initiatives, the strategic initiative that we've taken, was to establish the Modus Operandi Analysis Center. It's fully functional as I'm speaking now, and it's the first one in the world. And but what we are now doing, we are also mobilizing the communities so that they start working together with us and other disciplines to remove the root causes. That's when it's going to stop.
Okay, let's move ahead. Robert McBride, we know that you and him, the former head of IPID, were at loggerheads. He's going to the State Capture Commission. Are you worried?
Yeah, look, firstly, me and him were not at loggerhead. He might have been at loggerhead with me. I'm not aware of any time when we were at loggerheads. But I'm glad he's going to the State Capture. I'm not worried. Yes.
Now, media reports the weekend suggested that you and the Minister of Police are fighting, claiming he's interfering in your job. You suspended a Deputy National Commissioner, and the Minister wasn't happy. How do you see the relationship between you and your Minister?
Yeah, actually, we met for the first time yesterday with the Minister. We actually both laughed because we were surprised. From my side, I would like to describe the relationship from a professional's point of view as harmonious. And we are working together. We are in speaking terms. We drive and we fight crime together. We speak where it matters. If there's something he doesn't like or he want to propose a particular thing in a particular way, he speaks, I do the same. So our relationship is harmonious.
You say you're having a professional relationship?
Yes, we do have a professional relationship.
And he's not interfering in your job?
Look, if for any reason...
You seem to be hesitating, General.
I'm never hesitant. I always make sure what I say is accurate. Yeah, if there's any feeling I'm able to speak, he has created the avenues that I can talk to him. But up to this far, I haven't experienced any interference from his side.
General, we spent 3 or 4 weeks in Cape Town looking at gang warfare. We accompanied your anti-gang unit with some great results that we've seen on the ground. The gang warfare in particularly the Cape Town area still seems to be continuing.
Yes.
Is that unit effective? What are you going to do to stop that gang warfare, the ongoing violence on the Cape Flats where innocent people are being killed?
Yeah, look, let me start by saying the anti-gang units, they're actually extremely effective. And where we started with a stabilization intervention, which was Operation Thunder. We are scaling it down while we're actually beefing up the anti-gang units. And the more we are scaling up the anti-gang units, it's actually the more we're putting pressure on the gangs. There's quite a lot of prominent arrests which has been effected against some of the prominent, that is, gang members. But over and above the anti-gang units, we're also doing community mobilization, the youth mobilization, so that we take the young people out of reach and kill the gang that is...
So you remain confident that you will bring an end to this violence sooner or later? Hopefully sooner?
Very confident, yes.
General, organized crime, that appears to be an ongoing problem. What are you doing to fight organized crime? And are you finding that your crime intelligence units are getting their act together slowly?
Yes. Firstly, in the turnaround vision, we've designed the OCTA strategy. Since the implementation of the OCTA strategy up to this far, between November last year and this time, we had 9 takedowns on drug busts. And some of these drug busts, we have confiscated machines that are able to manufacture 16 Mendoc tablets within 2 seconds. The latest one, I went to close it down in Santen, I think is 3 weeks ago. So our intelligence is very strong as far as dealing with organized crime is concerned. And the OCTA strategy is also paying off. And we have now decided to wage war against drugs.
Well, good to hear. We're taking your questions and comments on social media, on Twitter specifically, under the hashtag Sitole on Crime Watch. In fact, we have a question via Twitter, and it says, General, is the attack on foreign nationals xenophobic or crime? If it's crime, how many people have been arrested and prosecuted successfully so far?
Okay, I will not necessarily be giving accurate figures, but we've been to a meeting which was led by my minister as well as the Minister of DERCO, where we gave the reports that talks to crime and how foreign nationals are getting involved. So all we are looking at as the police is crime without any foreign type of an identity. And we are also not looking at any person. We just focus on those who commit crime. And I remember there's quite a lot of figures that we've shown of people who have been arrested, and some of them, they've been sentenced.
But General, the reality is foreigners are being attacked as well.
Well, yes, they are being attacked, but remember, that's also crime. Those criminals, they are also getting equally arrested. Because as the police, we're dealing with crime, we do not matter much who is actually behind the crime, because we refer to that person as a suspect, take him through the criminal justice system, and that person gets sentenced.
Figures released in Parliament just a few days ago show that I think 1,600 of your men and women in blue have criminal records. 38 of them are your senior officers. How do you explain that, General?
Okay, let me start by confirming that this is a parliamentary question. And since it was raised by Parliament, we started working on it from an HR perspective and from a forensic perspective. I have assigned a project to deal with this particular matter. While we're disposing of the others, and then others are also surfacing, but there's procedures in place that we've put in place in order to deal with them. And those particular procedures, they also include other procedures that we've put in place, other measures that are also dealing with open type of either criminal conduct or misconduct within the service.
But General, you can't allow men and women in blue having criminal records to be wearing your uniform. You have to get rid of them very quickly.
Hence the system that we've put in place, and we are working on it. I'm taking your input.
I hope it's very fast, General.
And definitely not very slow.
Good to hear.
Yes.
General, police visibility. We're getting inundated with complaints. I'm a police reservist. I'm not being used. They don't call me to do service. What is the status quo with police reservists? Do you want them or don't you want them?
Number one, we want them very much. And number two, I want to acknowledge with appreciation the job that they are doing. They are doing very well. I have instructed the review of the reservist policy by the head of visible policing. They are working on it. They are at a very advanced stage. And that is going to lead to the optimal utilization of reservists.
Farm murders. Some people are complaining you're ignoring the rural safety issue. What's your response to that? Are you taking the farm murders seriously?
Yes, to start with, I'm getting personally involved with rural safety. And we have also reviewed the rural safety strategy. I think we've postponed the launch together with all the relevant stakeholders, but I think it will be taking place before June. But rural safety is one of the most critical subjects because government has invested in rural economy. And we also need to support them to generate that economy.
What are you doing to beef up police visibility? The so-called bobbies on the beat. Communities keep on complaining. The police don't arrive. The police are useless. The police don't take their statements. They don't investigate. A lot of complaints. And if people have these complaints, General, what do they do?
Yeah, let me start by saying, firstly, the community is always right because it's the client. But what we've done, we've formalized the community policing strategy. And we are fortunate enough because the president also made an equal call for them to come out. We have introduced the community in blue concept. They are working together with us. Now they are deeply involved. We take their inputs, and as they raise the matters, I take them to the training and development strategy and to the performance management system.
Thank you. Well, after the break, I will ask General Sitole, is the crime-fighting strategy working? Also, this week's missing and wanted persons. Stay tuned.